Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please make sure to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up if you guys like the video. So before the season started, I did a video where I bedlined some old foam decoys that I had gotten really cheap. They were already painted. They did not have a coating on them, but they're the old EPS mallard or black duck decoy. And so I made them all black ducks. They were already painted black. Most of the heads were black ducks, and I decided to use spray-on bedliner, as I had seen some other people that have done foam decoys use bedliner on them. And I wanted to make these last a little bit longer without spending a ton of money or a ton of time getting them back to a working condition. So I wanted to go back and explain how they worked out during the season. I've had some comments on that video asking how they lasted throughout the season. I figured this would be a good time to do it since we're 3 months after the season. So let's get into it. So these are all the decoys. As you can see, some of them are just painted all black. There's mallard head on one or two of them, but for the most part I turned them all into black ducks. This bag is a small goose bag and it works out really nicely for these decoys, but we'll get some of them out of the bag so you guys can see what they look like. So as you can see, they're still pretty dirty. We used them probably 15 times this year, if not a little bit more, and they held up really nicely. I ended up spray painting flat black on top of the bedliner, and I mean, I haven't seen any that got shot, but they're all in fairly good condition for using them a bunch and really only having about 10 or 15 bucks into them as far as the paint goes and the bedliner. And here's another one. Not the best bodies, but they definitely worked throughout the season as they should. I mean, there's no paint or anything chipped off of them. The bodies are still in the same condition as they were. So the bedliner definitely held up and did its job for the season. Here's the one with the mallard head. This one, the bottom of it kind of got scraped up, but this is really soft foam. So I'm not gonna say that the bedliner would hold up all that well with a lot of abuse and sliding around, but inside the slotted bag and for the price, it worked out really nicely. This one's just dirty, got a bunch of mud and stuff on it still, but did the job. So I know this is a cheap way of doing foam decoys. Everybody likes to do wrestle or trestle coat with, and also people burlap. But I had very minimal amount of time to get these done before I was gonna be using them. And I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on them anyway. I got them cheap, and if I burlapped them or I trestle coated them, they would last longer than they will with this bedliner. But this makes them lighter. It was cheaper to do it this way. It was a lot faster to do it this way. So anybody in a pinch can do this on their decoys. You could do it on plastic decoys if you really don't want the paint rubbing off of them. You just gotta prep them well. But the bedliner worked out really nicely for me in the time frame that I had for them. I didn't have time to be doing the burlap and the trestle coat, wrestle coat. It was gonna take way too much time. I got kids that I can't be spending a ton of time working on stuff like this. This worked out really nicely to just have them in the bag and be able to use them for divers. And we've used them for puddle ducks. You know, when we're shore hunting, having big visible decoys works out really nicely. And these black ones were very visible and they're bigger than most of my other decoys, so it worked out really nicely. So hopefully you guys like the follow-up. If you guys have a follow-up that you want me to do on any of the other DIY stuff I've done on the channel, just let me know. Comment below what kind of stuff you guys want to see in the off season. Check out Too Many Hobbies podcast, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.